Hello, Basilios. It's Oceana. I'm sure you remember me. We spoke on the phone earlier today. So here's that video that I promised to send over to you about how to get more jobs with your website. And I'll be following up this week to see if it was clear and if it was helpful and to answer any questions that you have. So let's jump right in. So I just love this guy right here. He's so cool. It's great. I haven't seen such a creative logo for a landscaping company, so I just love it. And these pictures you have here are just fantastic. This one really catches my eye, the colors. I guess you can see what kind of style that I'm into. But I love these big images, I really do, and it really shows a curious customer, right? That you have a wide array of work and that you can meet the expectations, right? So that's really good. One thing that I would definitely do is I would add a click to call phone number up here. Maybe move this guy over here so that you know it's balanced or whatever. But you really want that big phone number right at the top that someone, if they're on their mobile phone, could just click on and they would be calling you right up, right, just that easily. The reason that you want to do this is that almost 70% of searches happen on a mobile phone. And if they can't, I mean, people are just impatient nowadays. If they can't see your phone number at the top, they're statistically less likely to call it. They're less likely to click on, you know, contact or even scroll to the bottom of the page. It's silly, but you know, what can we do? We gotta work with what we have, right? So, and it does say secure up here, so well done. Usually I have to tell people to go and enable their SSL certificate, but you have that covered, so way to go. Okay, the second thing is content. So if I press Control A, I can see all of the content lit up on your page. So it's the words on the page as well as what some of the images are saved as counts as content. And Google reads this. It uses the information on this page to decide if you are relevant and if you are authoritative in your field. And more content in Google's eyes means better website, right? So so you want to get that number of words up to about 1,500, even 2,000 is kind of our bare minimum for our clients to get them noticed by Google and start consistently showing up at the top of the results. And then also not just the words on the page that you and I see, but if I right click on this image and I click save image as, I can see that this was saved as original. That's not going to help you get in front of people who are searching for your services. So you want to change that to like a keyword that's really going to help. You know, if you can put like beautiful sidewalks, Seattle, or you know, etc. And how we find out what those keywords are that we should be using in your content is with a tool I will show you right now. This is Ahrefs or Ahrefs. There are a million ways to say it. I'm sure they're all wrong. Um, I already did a little bit of research. I looked up Seattle and then I included, you know, anything that has to do with masonry, contractor, pavers, you know, and then I excluded a few things like Virginia because for some reason Virginia Mason, something like that. I think it's a person. I excluded supply because if someone's looking for masonry supplies, they're interested in doing it themselves, right? So now we've got some buyer intent keywords, people who are looking this up specifically because they want your services and they don't know who they're going with yet. So you want to show up right at the top and be like, me, you want to go with me. So 150 people are looking up Masonry Seattle. I'm actually going to skip that one because it seems like there's a pizza place maybe in Fremont that's called that. So I'm going to go down here to, which one was it? Pavers Seattle. 100 people are looking for pavers in Seattle. Specifically, they're typing in that keyword every single month on average. That's what this column tells me here, 100 people. And then this keyword difficulty is what KD stands for. What that tells me is on a scale of 0 to 100, how difficult would it be to get onto the first page of Google? And with a score like 7, that tells me that it would be pretty possible. That's a very low score, and that's good for this column. You want big score in this column, low score in that column, and that's your golden spot. So I'm going to be focusing on Pavers Seattle. So let's see if I actually did. It's going to be the end of the day, right? Okay, so, there it is, Pavers Seattle. So here's a page I'm sure you've seen a million times. It's the Google results page. I have a special way of looking at it though, so I will give you a quick tour. This is the ad section. People are paying money to show up here, and every time that I click on one of these, or you click on, the person is paying for it. I'm not going to do it now because I'm not a jerk. Okay, so I'm going to skip past that. Most people skip past the ads. There's also more ads over here. Yay, Google. You go down here, and this is what we call the map pack. So you really want to be in the top 3 because those are the ones that show up on the first page of Google. If you have to click more, view all to see your listing, you're probably not getting seen by people because almost nobody clicks view all. And if they do, they usually end up going with one of the first 3 anyway. So this right here, this is the golden boy. That was a weird way of putting it. This is the coveted spot where you really want to show up. 31% of people who type Seattle, Pavers Seattle and get this page, 31% on average will be clicking on this one right here. So you really want to beat out System Pavers. System Pavers is a larger company, but they're not going to be difficult to beat out because they honestly aren't putting very much effort into their SEO, or if they are, they're doing it the wrong way. I've done a bit of research into them. I really prefer to work with smaller companies because I like it when I've worked for big companies and I've worked for small companies, and when I work for a small company, I know my boss. If I'm having a day where I need something, and I talk to my boss, I can talk to him. So I know it's a weird reason, and I'm kind of going into my own personal stuff here, but I like to work with smaller companies like yours. So okay, so they would be pretty easy to beat out. Let me find, I got totally off track here. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to find my spot. Okay, so we saw that. So basically what we do and how we can find out how many jobs we can get you is we take this calculator and we take this right here. And we look at, how many of these actually, I don't know if you would count as a concrete contractor, but let's pretend that you do just for, well, I'm not sure of it, so let's just skip it, right? Okay, so Pavers Seattle, I know you can do that. You could even try to show up for your competition's results here. Let's see, Masonry Contractor Seattle, there's another one. So concrete contractor, maybe not. Remodel contractor, Mason, Seattle. Okay, so now we have that. So let's add these up. And this is just a precursory, sort of like just a little bit. I would do a lot more research if I took you on as a client. I would find you a lot more keywords that would have something to do with, how to make your lawn beautiful in Seattle, or, different, you got to be creative in your own marketing. So, okay, so just these 4 keywords, that shows 280 search volume. Now, if we were showing up in that first position, the top organic result, and getting that 31% of the visitors from those, that would be 50 visitors every single month. 1 out of 10 of those are going to be calling you statistically, right? 1 out of 10 website visitors will turn into a call if you have that big click to call button at the top, which means that about 5 calls would be coming in every month just from these 4 keywords here. Now, I don't know how many of those you could close, but if they were, not being shared with other people, like with what was it called? I forget. Home housing no, dang it. HA. Home advisor. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot the word home advisor. So with home advisor, you're sharing this lead with several other contractors that showed up in the search for them. Whereas in this situation, they would be going straight to your website. You wouldn't be sharing those leads with anyone. So you might be able to close every single one, or maybe, you close half of them, and then that's 2 or 3 more jobs every month just from showing up in the top of those 4 keywords. So it can get pretty exciting. So you can start, you start really getting those calls. And I think that, with this one, some people typing in Masonry Seattle are going to be looking for that pizza joint, but maybe some are actually looking for a masonry. So, it gets a little bit tricky there, but that's generally what I do. That's what I suggest, that you make changes to your site so that you can get more of those calls. So if you would like to reach out to me, I would really appreciate some feedback. Even if you're not interested in any of this, if you could give me feedback on how I did on the video, if you found it helpful, if you found it clear. My number is 657-332-1960, and my email address is here, oceana@g3.agency. I really look forward to hearing from you, Vasilios, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye.